Hi guys, welcome back to my Lightwhip tutorial series. On this week's tutorial, we're going to continue with more fiber wielding tricks, and we're going to go over under the leg tosses. So just as a little disclaimer, just notice that I have a silk on top of my whip. The reason that I have this silk is because it actually helps prevent breakage and makes your whip head last a lot longer than if you weren't using a sleeve. So especially with fiber wielding, you're going to break your fibers a lot quicker, and by having this sleeve, it actually protects them. So for this week's tutorial, we're going to focus on under the leg tosses, and I'm going to show you what they look like before we get into it, as there are two different kinds of variations. So in order to do the first move, you first need to hold your whip by the fibers, and the amount of fiber length that you have to do this trick should be about your arm's length. So going from the base of the whip to where you're holding it, that should be about the length of your arms. The first step for this trick is just learning how to wrap the whip around your leg. So if we are doing the under the leg toss with our left, it's going to go under our right, and the whip is going to dart out back towards the left. So if we do it to the right and it's spinning counterclockwise, when you bring it over your leg, it's going to come back and dart out towards your right. So I'm going to do it on my left, just so that those of you who are right hand dominant will able to see this a lot clearer, and it'll be a perfect mirror image for you. So once you're comfortable with wrapping it around your leg, the next step to this trick is letting go. So you actually have to let go of your whip entirely so that it can wrap around and then start to dart back towards the left. If you're doing it on your right, towards the right. So as soon as you bring your hand to about your thigh, it's very similar to our leg wraps that we did before, right? When you bring it to your thigh, that's when you move your leg. Except now, when you bring your hand to your thigh, that's when you let go and you catch the whip. So let go. Let go. So notice that it's still going in the same continuous motion, and it's doing so in a very controlled way. So once you get more used to this trick, you're going to be able to control it a lot easier. Now, in order to do the second type of under the leg toss, what you're going to do is, instead of just letting your whip go after the first wrap, you're going to allow it to wrap around your leg twice, and then you're going to catch it. So I actually find this one a little bit easier than the first one, because the first one you really have to be thinking fast, right? Like you really have to catch it right away, versus the other one, you see it wrap twice and then you catch your whip. So it's a little bit more controlled, and it's a lot easier to follow the whip and catch it on time. So in order to do this one, it's going to be a lot like the first one, except now you're going to let it wrap twice around your leg. So I usually let it wrap around about my thigh, like just above my knee or at my knee. So for this one, you're going to wrap it around your leg / knee, and then you're going to actually boost your leg up so that way when it wraps, 1, 2, boost up. So by boosting your leg up when you do your double under the leg wrap, it just allows for the momentum to keep going a little bit easier and smoother. You can still do this trick without actually moving your leg. So 1, 2, catch. But when you boost it up, you get a different kind of effect. So wrapping twice, you're going to go 1, 2, catch. So notice how all I'm doing is just letting go of my whip and catching it. When I catch it, I'm going to keep spinning it in the same direction it was originally spinning. So left, counterclockwise, right, clockwise. So doing it one more time, wrap, wrap, catch. So that is all for under the leg tosses. I just want to remind you guys to comment, like, subscribe if you found the video helpful. If there's a specific move or tutorial that you want to learn, let me know in the comments below. And that is all for this week's tutorial. I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.